Good evening, April 6, 2026, on this first Monday of Easter from rainy Middle Island, New York. I'm Christopher Colantuono, and this is the Geowizdom Podcast. Welcome. So tonight I wanted to talk about the Syllabus of Errors, written by Pope Pius IX in 1864, discussing the conflicts that were happening between the eternal city of God and the ascendant city of man. So Easter Sunday, Donald Trump put out just a god-awful tweet describing all of the horrific horrors that he was going to visit upon the infrastructure of Iran and the civilians, which amount to nothing less than a criminal act funded by the United States Congress, therefore funded by the United States people. So what can we say about this in regards to the Syllabus of Errors? So, Syllabus of Errors, to paraphrase the very last issue in it, it says that the rights of God, the rights of the church, supersede the rights of the local government and the rights of the temporal rulers. Quoting from Mark chapter 12, when the Pharisees wanted to trip up Jesus, they walked over to him, they handed to him a gold coin after he asked for it, because they had said to him, should we pay a temple tax? He held it up and he said, whose face is on this? Whose inscription? And they said, Caesar's. So Jesus' reply, which is reverberated down through history to this very moment, was then give unto Caesar's that which is Caesar's, and give unto God that which is God's. So the 10 Commandments are God, given down to Moses ages ago. And one of the commandments is, thou shalt not kill. Now, described through the centuries, through the church fathers, through St. Augustine famously, is that, yes, if you have to kill in a war, kill or be killed, well then in or against an unjust aggressor, then in no way, shape, or form would that ever be murder. But what's happening right now is our president is asking our military services and funding the Israeli Defense Force in Lebanon the destroying of the moral law as we see it, and civilization is at risk here. So giving to Caesar unto Caesar's. Okay, tax time's coming around. I truly believe that our government's taxation is theft. That being said, money's printed on behalf of the U.S. government. I'm not going to say the Federal Reserve is a governmental agency, because it's not. It's a band of thieves. But that being said, it's on behalf of Secretary of the Treasury. They're printing money. So fine, if temporal government of the United States wants some of that back for the IRS, I'll pay it rather than go to jail. That being said, this money that we're paying that is going to fund the terrorism that's being visited upon the Iranian people in the name of nothing more than taking their oil, as per Donald Trump this weekend, I can't get behind that. And, at what point do we just stop paying taxes? And secondly, a country, Lebanon, with a Christian president, no less, is being ransacked and raped and pillaged by the Israeli Defense Force. Again, with our tax dollars being the contributing factor. So when you put that on a scale with Pope Pius IX's Syllabus of Errors, this is everything he was talking about in his summation. We are giving the things of God to man, and man is aggregating the right of God. And whenever that happens, there'll be a reckoning. And I don't want this reckoning to be visited upon the American people. I don't want it to be reckoned with for anyone, but I specifically don't want this reckoning to fall on me and my family. So I think the best thing we can do is understand there is a chastisement coming, because God will allow for a certain amount of mayhem to happen, and then eventually, one way or the other, he will balance the scales. That being said, I think it's really important at this point for people to raise their voices to the golden calf, which has become Trumpism. It's nothing left right now. If you're still in favor of Trumpism, you're worshiping a golden calf. And, something I've been saying for many years when I talk about politics, if you're proud of being a Democrat, I ignore you because I think you're an idiot. If you're proud of being a Republican, I ignore you, then I run because I think that you're an idiot and you're dangerous. And that's never been more apparent in my lifetime than besides during 9/11, that, in the aftermath and right this moment. So I will say to the people in the Republican Party who I know are good people, and there's very few of you, but you still are there, fight AIPAC, fight our government, fight against this injustice. I am Christopher Colantuono, and this is the Geowizdom Podcast. Good night, and God bless.